Why is the combat shotgun broken? I do not have to tell you guys more other than just showing you the numbers on the right side of the screen. Look at those numbers. And if you were to compare the older version of this game with the same weapon as I'm doing right now, I can just alt tab and have the other version of the game open, and you can compare and see the numbers by yourself, that the current version of the game and the numbers on the right side of the screen do not make any sense, because these numbers on the right side of the screen with 12 power and 14 magazine and 3 penetration, these do not make any sense, because you are allowing anyone using this weapon on a class like Gunslinger, Exterminator and Hellraiser to solo the entire maps on the hardest difficulty by themselves, while the other teammates are either dead or chilling or doing nothing. I don't know what they are doing, and it is really a miserable, disgusting and a horrible way to play the game, using meta and overpowered weapons, killing the amount of zombies which are needed by 4 players to be killed just by yourself. Like, this is not a fun way to play the game, and it is not a fun way to even play with someone using these kind of weapons and builds. Now, if you compare the older version of this weapon, you had the choice between the red shotgun and the blue shotgun, and the red shotgun had more magazine while the blue shotgun was the Eagle Scout. So you had a choice between increasing the magazine capacity or increasing the penetration with Eagle Scout. You can't have both in the weapon, but right now this current version of the weapon is basically more powerful than if we were to combine both of these versions. That is how powerful this weapon is, and it even has increased accuracy even if the accuracy stats are same. So if you see at the accuracy stat, it says 5 here, and if I were to choose this weapon with the same accuracy, and if we were to compare the crosshair and the accuracy in both of these games, because I was playing the older version of the game before and testing it, you would notice that this version is more accurate than this version. Like, you can't really have the same stats and have more accuracy on the weapon, and you can see these comparison results on the screen by yourself. Like, the older weapon had lower accuracy with the same stats. However, I did not find any difference between the recoil even with the same stats, but nonetheless the accuracy means that the crosshair is smaller with the same stats, and you do not have to aim. You can just left click and kill the horde by yourself, because the swarm zombies are having way less health than the stray zombies, and when you have increased penetration, you can just kill all of the zombies on the screen, just one-shotting them, because they do not get the chance to separate from the swarm and become stray and gain health. So you are just not playing the game, you are just kind of left clicking and left spamming, and you are doing nothing. That is not how the game should be played. This is no brainer, and this takes no skill. You do not need a crosshair on this gun, you do not need aiming, you do not need skill, you do not need anything other than pressing left click. Now, I know a lot of people compare and kind of complain that, Gunslinger is a better class and Vanguard just takes no skill pressing 2 buttons. But those players who complain about Vanguard are using the meta combat shotgun weapons and clearing the entire maps by themselves. Like, how brain dead it is. Like, you can't compare and complain that the Vanguard is a bad class and taking no skill when you yourself are using meta builds and weapons which takes no skill. Like, this is how the community is, and at the end of the day, I'm just tired. Like, every single person in this community in World War Z is using these sort of weapons, and I can't play with them because these weapons do not take any skill. If they were taking some amount of skill and aiming, I would play, but they do not take any skill. You have to use these kind of weapons to play with them because they are all using meta builds. I just do not want to play with anyone because every single person is a meta slave in the World War Z community. They do not know how to play this game skillfully. This is the situation. At the end, I just want to say that the combat shotgun is very broken weapon, and the only weapons which can outperform this weapon are the assault shotgun tier 3, advanced combat weapon, and the multi-barrel shotgun. But these are all tier 3 weapons, and assault shotgun was already broken before the January 2023 weapons update. Before we had all the weapons buffed, it was already broken before that, so there is no question about that. But the combat shotgun is especially broken and deserving its own video because it is a starting weapon. When you pick this weapon, you do not have to do anything, you do not have to pick heavy weapons, you do not have to search for anything, just keep pressing left click and you win. That is how the game is right now in 2024 on the hardest difficulty, sadly. Now a couple of stats at the end. The pellet count of a shotgun, if you want to know that, you just have to fire the shotgun at a range at a blank wall and count the number of holes you put in the wall, and that is how many pellets you can fire in one shot. For combat shotgun it is 7, it is different for every shotgun. For multi-barrel I guess it is kind of 9. For combat shotgun it is 7, and each pellet is going to penetrate where is that perk? Eagle Scout, there you go. Each pellet is going to penetrate 3 zombies, so they are going to kill 4 zombies, which means that in one pellet you are killing 4 zombies, so 7 into 4, 28. So the maximum amount of zombies you can kill per trigger is going to be 28. However, you do not actually reach 28 kills per trigger even on a theoretical maximum value in the game, because the zombie density isn't that much. I have tested it a lot and I couldn't reach 28 kills. The maximum I could reach was like 24, and after that the average was like around 20ish max, and the minimum average was around like 12 to 15. And if you look at these kill numbers, the tier 3 weapons do not even come close. Most of the tier 3 weapons like assault carbine, battle rifle, bullpup, advanced SMG, special SMG, and repeating, and every single tier 3 weapon which you could find and which is actually good, like these are the good tier 3 weapons like assault carbine, battle rifle, and bullpup. All the rifles are really good, they need aim and precision, and all of these weapons are just getting obliterated by a single tier 2 weapon. That is the thing, because this gun is killing that many amount of zombies per trigger. And if I were to fast fire rate this weapon and watch the scoreboard, because the scoreboard has a slower tick rate than how many kills you get, I was getting like 30 kills per scoreboard tick. 30 kills per scoreboard tick is a lot for a gun, and the only weapon that can match is probably the multi-barrel shotgun and the assault shotgun. There is no other weapon which can match that. And that's about it. That's all about the combat shotgun. I want to say it is broken, it is sad, it is depressive, it is disgusting, it is miserable, and it is how it is. But until next time, I mean, hopefully we'll get this fixed, and if nothing happens, then I don't know, like I've just told you guys enough about this thing, and this has to be the end of this game with this kind of balancing issues.